Today I heard one of my favorite pastors give his testimony on his dealings with suicide. So I decided to come on here and tell y'all my suicide story in hopes that it'll help somebody come out of a dark place one day. Maybe not today, but hopefully it'll help you one day. The reason I feel comfortable talking about suicide is because my suicide story isn't linked to a place of shame. For a long time in my life, I really didn't like myself, and it's like going through one of the darkest times in my life helped me become somebody that I really like now. I can't really give you the whole story because I just don't have that kind of time today, but I will do it. But the cliff notes of the story is, it was 2011. It's 2011, and I was feeling bad because I was feeling like a disappointment because I did not know what I wanted my life to look like. And I felt like I was disappointing everybody around me who was sowing so much into me. I felt like I didn't really know much about myself, and then didn't really think much about myself, and didn't think highly of myself. I still battle with low self-esteem every now and then. My heart was completely broken, like shattered, dog. I wasn't really connected to like a spiritual source for real, like to me in my life. It was freezing fucking cold where I was. I could barely take care of myself, and like all these things together made me feel like the best thing that I could do at the time was just check out of here, and I didn't do it. Well, I tried to do it. What ended up happening was when I tried to do it, I got to where I was gonna do it at and tripped myself the fuck out. I made myself laugh so fucking hard, bro. God just works in mysterious ways. But my big idea was I was gonna jump off this bridge, right? And it was like -8 outside, so it was fucking freezing cold. And I got to the bridge and I was looking at the water like, damn, you know what really sucked? Is if I hit that water and I did die. That it's kind of dark, but I died laughing at myself. I mean, I was like, bro, you crazy as hell. And I laughed, I cried right there, I prayed, and I just went home. And I went home and I got hit with a lot of revelations. I got to pause right now and say that that moment in my life was so necessary because I can sit here and tell you guys about things that I'm sure you all go through on a level that certain people haven't been able to articulate, like their passage through it. My way through it, that I hadn't been that low and that dark since then, is because I learned about support systems. I learned about having faith, and more importantly, I learned that thoughts of suicide comes from one specific place, and that specific place is called pressure. A lot of the times we struggle with suicide because we just don't deal with pressure well. Actually, people may think we do because of what they see, but you just might not deal with pressure well. And if it gets to the thought of suicide, that usually means like you're feeling pressure from like multiple sources. Let me tell you this. No one puts pressure on you like you. Most of that pressure comes from you just being wrong about what the fuck you thought your life was gonna look like. Most of that pressure comes from you being wrong about you thinking that you was gonna have or be doing a certain thing at this time, and you just didn't know. Let me tell you. I don't go back to those dark places anymore because I understand how to handle pressure. I learned that you have to put words to how you feel, to the things that actually are causing you internal turmoil. You got to define them bad boys. You got to call that shit out. If it may not be you just have anxiety and you just down. It could just be you are doubting your abilities in your craft, and you don't think that you are worthy of a certain financial standing because of it. Bet you can call that shit out. You can identify it so you can work on that specifically so it won't be that bad for you. You gotta call that shit out. It could just be I am feeling down because I am 30 and I am not married, and I thought I would be married when I was 22. You know what I'm saying? But nah, like if you know that that's what it is, if you're able to just say like, no, I'm just lonely. Like I don't want to kill myself because I'm not worthy. I am just feeling lonely right now. Bet now that you've identified it, you can actually work on it. The problem is a lot of people don't want to do the work. A lot of people don't want to do the actual work of having those hard conversations with themselves about identifying what's wrong. Have you ever noticed that one of the hardest things for you to do is actually identify what is wrong with you to you? Actually say it. Really say it. Say it out loud. Say, I feel ugly sometimes. Say it. Like say I feel like no one actually sees me. No one actually wants me. Say I feel like I should have more than I have, and I just hadn't earned it. Whatever it is for you, say it. Write it down, bro, so you can tackle that thing. If you don't, you just gonna let that shit pile up in your subconscious and all the other little ways, you'll start getting triggered socially all the time, and you'll start feeling truly unworthy enough to where you just want to take yourself out of here. Let me just say, please don't. Suicide is selfish, bro. Don't take yourself out of here, bro. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Identify the problems and work on the problems. Do the work. If you feel like you are supposed to have a certain kind of financial standing right now, and you feel so strongly about it that you thought about killing yourself, maybe it's really just because you don't want to actually go and get multiple jobs. Get what you want. If you want that shit, if it's to the point where you want to be rich and all that old shit, to the point where you feel bad that you're not, are you doing everything you can to actually go get that? Or is it because you just kind of like want to do what you want to do and hope that riches just come to you? Do your part. You want 6 figures, go get 6 figures. That might take you having multiple jobs. You got to get them multiple streams of income. You got to do a lot of shit you might not want to do. You want a spouse? You might not be ready for a spouse. You might not be the you need to be to protect a woman fully, to provide for and protect a man fully. Go carve it out. Go do the work. It's hard to meet somebody if your ass just in the home and at home all day doing nothing in front of the TV. Your ass, you don't even go out. Damn. Do the work. Do the work. Maybe your depression will clear up if you just knew a little bit more about yourself. If you owned a little bit more about yourself. But that shit take work and it ain't easy. I ain't mean to go this long, I'm sorry, but it just gotta be said, man. Suicide is real, pressure is real, especially during the time where everybody locked in at home in their head, man. Pressure is real, but you gotta handle that pressure by identifying that pressure and then tackling it. You better get in a community of people that pray for you. You better get in a community of people that can hold you accountable to doing the work. You better get in a community of people that grow you. We don't talk about evolving enough. You just gotta evolve through that pressure. Let me tell you this before I get out of here. It also stems from comparison, telling ourselves that we're supposed to have what this person over here got or that person over there got, but that shit it ain't meant for you. It might not be meant for you, or you probably didn't do the work that they had to do. You don't know what the fuck those people had to do to get what they got, to get where they got. You don't know their network. You don't know shit about them. You just feel like that's supposed to be yours too, but it might not be. God blesses us all in different ways, bro, and you not even enjoying life at the level you could be enjoying it because your attention is too focused on other people's prosperity. You can be out here getting your own blessings, bro, but you want your blessings to look like they blessings. That was the problem with these hypocrites. But I'll talk about that in another video. Man, just to wrap it up, bro. Pressure is real. Keep your eyes on your own walk. Man, it ain't nothing wrong with you because, you know what I'm saying, you get dark sometimes. Life is hard, bro. Everybody go through that shit, bro. Ain't nobody life out here just perfect. And I know it's cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. Life hard, bro. You can't compare yourself to other people because other people going through it too. You going through it too. You might need to go and get yourself together so you can help somebody else out too. I never thought I would be the type of person sit here on a social platform telling y'all about my suicide story, about my suicide attempt, bro. And I'm so glad that I didn't go through with that. So glad. Man, life is great. Life is fucking great. Life is fucking hard. Don't get me wrong. Life is hard. I don't have shit figured out at all, bro. I don't have a bitch ass thing figured out. I am as shitty with my finances, shit, as I was then and now. But I just feel great. I wake up with so much joy, bro, because I make strides every day to be better than. I make money a lot. I don't make money a lot. I do cool shit a lot. Sometimes I don't do cool shit. I still don't know shit about romance. I just don't give a fuck because I love my life. I love the way I treat my young lady peers. I love the way I treat women I'm actually interested in. I'm loving discovering these new things about me. I didn't mean to go this long. I'm sorry. Look, man, if you're thinking about doing something bad to yourself, just don't do it. This video might serve you one day. Might not be today. Might not be for you today. Might be for somebody you know, though.